Our next speaker is Tim Harris, who is the founder and director of Real Change.
Hey, Tim!
There have been so many lies and distortions over the past several months since we and others have taken on this issue with the city that I think it's important to begin by stating the obvious, and that is that this policy of the mayor's has nothing whatsoever to do with ending homelessness. This is a policy that has to do with hiding the evidence of homelessness. This is about targeting visible urban poverty, which makes middle-class and affluent people who are moving into the downtown feel uncomfortable, threatens the investments, the major investments of the condo developers that are betting on the fact that people will feel comfortable and safe with downtown living, and see homeless people as being in the way of their profit margins and are pressuring the mayor to do something about it. This policy has nothing to do with ending homelessness. It has to do with the growing division of wealth in this country, and in this city in particular, and what that means in the long run. For more than 20 years, I've been working on this issue, and the whole time I've been saying that homelessness represents the third world coming home in the United States. And I don't think that we could have a clearer illustration of that than what we see in this policy. Because, you know, the way poverty looks in cities in the third world is you have these gated communities, these enclaves of affluence with their own security that have a lot of technological capability for tracking people on cameras, for alarms, heightened security that keeps poverty and poor people out of the area and out of sight. And what happens in those cities is, at first, poor people live in the areas that are sort of unpoliced. And gradually, the security net tightens, and they get driven out of those areas to the periphery of those cities. And you start seeing sort of slums that ring these cities, where people live on, you know, landfills and toxic waste dumps and floodplains and places that are routinely devastated by earthquakes and that sort of thing, and they try to carve out an existence there. I think that this is a crossroads. And 20 years from now, we could look back on this point in the history of Seattle and say, we had a chance to stop it, and we didn't do anything. Or we waged the fight of our lives and stopped this thing when it needed to be. Yeah! And that's what we're going to do.
Thank you, Tim.